Let me turn the in-game music back on. Put this on pause. All right, we're going back in time. We went back in time. Soldiers. Soldiers, soldiers, soldiers. Twins? Did we find the twins? A cave. Lilia? Captain! It's a long story. Coming's formation went wrong. Why are you here? I'm trapped in here. I can't kill them all. Wait, they found us. Run, Lilia!
莉莉娅，出击！发现坏蛋！坏蛋们的老大出现了，咻，变成星星吧！战斗结束，莉莉娅想回去睡觉了。
The combat's over. I want to go back and take a nap. I want to go to sleep. I got separated from the soldiers. I don't know how to skip all the important parts. After we got into Kongming's formation, I don't know what happened, but I was sent to Shixel. Rosa, Kongming, and Captain, you were all gone. I saw the enlistment ad that said 300 a month with food and shelter, so I signed up and got sent to Emberia. On our way, we found some villagers chased by monsters. We wanted to save them, but more monsters came and we split. So the Shixel soldiers are still alive. Yeah, it should be. Maybe they're trapped at other places. Oh, right. The messenger from Emberia is also with them. I see. Is it monsters? It's slap sound. Maybe someone is playing mud. Lily, is that you? Rosa, I thought you were dead. You're hurting me. Captain is here too. Great. Rosalia, why are you here? I'm trapped. I fought off. Can't kill him. Can you help me? This is sounding familiar. Your hands are full of mud. Check out my stove. Super useful. I'm the second big boss in Jormungand now. Came up with thousands of brothers for serious business. Corsair Queen gave me her treasure. Let me find it. Ta-da! Jormungand Universal Compass. Pretty much useless now. Great Rosalia can always tell directions. I don't believe it. I got separated. Oh, that's a surprise. It's like you two were following the same script. We were about to save Kongming, but we ran into some villagers whose village was taken by monsters. But there were too many of these monsters, we couldn't beat them. We got trapped here and there's no way out. Do you still remember what the villagers looked like? The leader was a man in black. Anything special? He was holding a black umbrella on a nice and sunny day. The villagers I saw had no umbrella. They looked normal. It's Grey Serpent. But now that we know the origins of Grey Serpent in Elysian Realm compared to back then, Grey Serpent's ability to just... Well, I'm not gonna say anything. We'll get there when we get there. Night Baron, thanks for the follow 8 minutes ago. I must have missed that alert. Smells sweet potato. Rosa only baked 2. That's not enough. It's because the tiny stove can only bake 2 at a time. Captain, give yours to Lily. Why would there be sweet potatoes? Where did you find them? Plenty over there. Don't take up my sweet potatoes. I found them. Mine now. Let's bake them. Be careful. Alright, here we go. And this is before the Priarm existed.
一群爱捣乱的小坏蛋们！你们仨呀，已经准备好了。一群爱捣乱的小坏蛋们！现在是阿雷涅瓦时间。
Spin to win! Infinite bombs. Can HOS unleash full Mantis power? Huh. That's actually a great question. But she doesn't have the body anymore. I think the thing is that because she had Hua's memories, Kronos, HOS is still under the impression that she's fighting against Honkai, so she probably would suppress the transformation. Because she didn't acknowledge that she was a Herrscher until the very end. I'm starving. No stamina left. Can't move a finger now. One sweet potato is not even an appetizer. I didn't bring my stove and I can't bake can't bake more now. Get up. I'm sending you back to the Arc Imperator and Corsair Queen. How about this? I know a place where you can eat to your heart's content. Where is it? I can still walk if it's not too far away. Moon and Barrier. We found Komi lost in her thoughts behind the zither. Captain, I knew you wouldn't die easily on me. I saw you ran over the cliff and I couldn't find anything left by you. You can rest your worries. I promised you to look after myself. Wake up, Rosalia. No sweet potato left. I can eat 2 horses now. They ran into monsters that got trapped in a valley near Jormungand and the Imberia border. That should do. We're saved. Following Kongming is the rightest choice. We saw many Shixel and Jormungand soldiers on the way. Are they... They believe we held their missing troops and thus allied to fight us. We cannot hold them off. Told Rita and Teresa to evacuate dissidents, but I didn't foresee your return. If you have some strategy to fend them off, now is the time to use it. What do you mean? Your intention is obvious. You plan to guard the empty city alone against thousands of armed and angry soldiers. It's the only way that works. There must be other options you've considered. Okay, mine is not the only life that matters. She's about to repeat the thing from the other ending. I may have a way to avoid the kingdom conflict. Jormungand and Shixel invade us both because of the Hodo explosion. Snow melted and sea formed in the Snow Nation. Ocean receded and land rose. But the beast is not Imberia's fault, and they fight us because they believe Imberia diverted the damage to them. We don't know if it's an easy excuse for them to justify the invasion. through conviction of righteous revenge. But the spark that started the fire is the missing troops that never returned to their home kingdoms. What if survivors of the missing troops show up? You mean, yes. Someone gave me a list of all the soldiers sent to Emberia for aid. In the list, 2 names caught my attention, Vodka Typhoon and Vodka Swordmaster. They're Rosalia and Lilia's aliases. They were sent to Shixel and Jormungand when the formation went wrong. I've noticed their disappearance, but at that moment, the situation required me to focus on the battle. Now that we can play the survivors cards, fundamental justification behind their invasion does not stand anymore. I never made the connection. As for this, Lilia, tell us why. But she told us the 3 kingdoms were leaves by the same branch, and Amberia's peril will be felt by all. Alright, I think this is the when we do the treaty, right? We have to do the treaty. No need. Tell them to continue the evacuation. Negotiation goes south, you know what'll happen. Too late for me to back out now. Let's finish what we started. Yeah. Now the captain's revisiting the first and second endings and he's thinking, okay, what can we do differently? I'll make it work. Command was in a cave rather than a camp. It's part of the legacy left by Horo's explosion. It's not your fault. Horo threatened the realm. They soon resumed calm and fixed their unfriendly eyes on Kongming. Well, well. Legendary first Grand Cirrus in the flesh. What an honor. Played us like a fiddle. You know I'm an elder, but you don't respect me as one. I've heard a lot about the heroic second Corsair Queen, but I have to say you turned out to be a disappointment. Enough, we're not here for petty arguments. Kongming, you should have seen what you've done to Jormungand on the way here. And I applaud your courage waltzing in here with only 3 guards. Or maybe in your eyes we're no more than a pack of bandits that pose no threat to you. Arch-Imperator, your reputation has long preceded you, and I say it's well justified. I'll be candid, I have 2 goals. One is to prove my innocence, and the other is to ensure the Empire's survival. I'm afraid none of your wishes will be granted today. Corsair Queen, please remain calm. Shixel and Jormungand's sufferings all came from Horo's explosion, but the beast is not Emberia's fault. You're here because you believe Emberia diverted the damage to Jormungand. So what? I don't intend to question your judgment, but there was no such diversion. Captain, you're adding insult to injury. Crossing the line here. You failed to produce valid evidence. It takes remedy to convince you, not evidence. I fully understand your motivation to hold Emberia accountable, but what if Emberia is also a victim? That's a lie. Yes, Emberia suffered the first when Horo broke loose. But we dispatched troops to your rescue as soon as we heard. How did you repay our kindness? Missing troops? That's evidence. Please, let me tell you the truth. Horo is a ferocious beast I sealed 1,000 years ago with the help of my Emberian friends. For the past millennia, I've been reinforcing the seal, and I naturally understand the beast's rage towards Emberia. For insurance, I deployed the Guardian formation across Emberia on my travels. Only I can activate the formation. It's the only thing that kept Emberia from collapsing in the explosion. Still, I underestimated the beast. The formation deployed over the century crumbled like paper in the explosion. If not so, you wouldn't be able to march to Moon Emberia without much resistance. She's telling the truth. Don't fall for her lies. Her eyes tell me she's not lying. These are the eyes of a protector. What about our missing soldiers? Where have they gone? It simply doesn't make sense. Like we said in the letter, the troops didn't reach Emberia, and our envoys didn't make it back. I personally received the Emberian envoy, and he was with the dispatched Shixel soldiers. Same here. Yes, it happened on the way to Emberia. We are yet to figure out what exactly happened, but the survivors' words might carry some weight. If not for the survivors mentioned in your letter, we'd never have this conversation. Rosalia and Lilia, tell us what you've been through. We were about to save Kongming, but we ran into some villagers whose village was taken by monsters. There were too many of these monsters and we couldn't beat them. We got trapped here and there's no way out. We met some villagers asking for help too. We wanted to help, but more monsters came at us. Villagers in both stories. That does sound suspicious. But how can we be sure the twins haven't betrayed us and made up the story? After the explosion, the Drumungan Sea dried out and all our ships were beached. Fishers had to abandon their homes and settle in caves. At this time of year, the nights are still cold and many of them have no shelter, no food. How were we supposed to make a living then? Till now, most of our houses are flooded and our farmland has gone to waste. No crops can be grown again. 2 kingdoms are living hells now. Even if you told the truth, we simply can't retreat and wait for death. I understand your rage and desperation. That's why I told you. It takes remedy to convince you, not evidence. Please take a look at this. Grand Sirius has prepared a systematic relief plan to cope with the damages. Emberia will provide Chixel with the blueprint of the Wind Tower. Wind Tower. Yes, it can fasten evaporation and drainage. Meanwhile, Emberia will support reconstruction with the latest tech. For Drumungan, please read this page. Blah blah blah. 500 mobile houses. This type of house is easy and fast to build and can last for long years. These sound like inventions from another world. No. They were not prepared for the occasion. Grand Sirius developed them long ago for the Teriri concert tour. The wind tower can drain off water on a rainy day. The mobile houses are for fans queuing up for their signature. If we can't feed our kingdoms, all your promises are no more than lip service. We have just the answer to that. The twins found a nourishing staple in the valley that ripes in 4 months. So, it's exactly what they're having. It's named Golden Potato. There's some baked ones for you. Smells delicious, but we're out of time. Chixel would be a kingdom of corpses when it ripes. Don't worry. Our peace treaty goes through, and Emberia will supply enough food to feed your people for 4 months. How much food do you think is needed to sustain for 4 months? How about 8 million tons? I signaled Kong seemingly casual side glance, and she gave a nod that's almost noticeable. Fine, 8 million tons, not a gram short. Captain, this is not child's play. An empty promise will cost you dearly. I never play with fire when it comes to diplomacy. Besides, Emberia will dredge water courses in 3 years. We will unite. We will build traffic hubs and lead international trade and prosperity. Emberia will also share freely the latest technology so that all 3 kingdoms can benefit equally from progress. If we sign the treaty today, peace and prosperity across the realm will become real in time. I need more convincing than sweet words. What happened? Thunderous monsters fell through the cave. They're here again. I'll lead the soldiers to attack them from behind. Monsters are outrageous. Here we go! This is what I need. I need a triple SVK. Just for ignite weather.
久违了，战场。
See that? Ended with a double ult. Where were we just now? Well, you've all seen what Drumungan has turned into. Captain's terms sound tempting, but they're too little too late. There's no need to talk more. Guards, escort our guests. Wait. Corsair Queen, if another beast appears now, how will you handle it then? Nonsense. There are other beasts like Quoto that may ravage the realm. Captain saw it with his own eyes. Do you know why Captain returned here years later? I'm listening. Captain roamed the realm and visited a secluded place where writings around the cliff tell the legends of the 10 beasts. 10? 10? There's 10 of them. Imberia slain Yama, Amorphous, and sealed Quoto. Komi knows the beast better than anyone. Can overturn Imberia today, but when another beast comes, what will your chances be? And your missing soldiers are still trapped in the valley. Imberia can find them if a deal is struck today. I understand you're fighting for your justice, but no one has anything to gain from this nasty war. Can I count on you both? Can I count on you about the 8 million tons of rice in a month? You have my word. Well, if we don't see the food aid in a month, this treaty will be nullified and our rage will burn down everything. Fair enough, but you retreat tonight from Imberio. If we deliver on our end, you must fully honor the terms. Papers and brush pens were presented. That's it. Hope it can be trusted to counter Imberio. I'm just gonna speed through some of this. 8 million tons, that's the entirety of our stock. How could we manage to feed our people then? What? Not now. Where are we going? That's enough. I won't be able to lift my legs with this on. Will we try? I want to try too. Captain, where have you been? Or are you also surprised what happened? 4 of us were talking. You simply vanished in a puff of smoke. Transgression and insolence call for proper punishment. Rita about to commit BDSM upon you. Rita gave Wicket's waterboarding, public shaming, or flogging. Wait, what? Never mind. Since you've returned, graciously forgive your misconduct. Your Majesty certainly wasn't gracious when you were stumping the floor. Captain's missing earlier. Never happened. It's like Captain is spared then. Come on, you weren't being serious, right? Let's follow through the plan. What plan? Wait, Rita, I'm not wearing this flower. It's too childish. Compliments your dress. It's the other outfit. Take a guess. Which one is Kongming? This flower. Tell us. It's too easy. Of course, it's Stop teasing. It's almost time. I was at a loss for words. This dress is specially tailored for Chi-Chi. I don't care about your opinion. The smug smile. You have no excuse for being unprepared for the special occasion. Time to go. Lantern Fair. Let's go. I'm gonna skip a lot of this dialogue. A lot of it's filler. Prayers. Teresa can host it better. As you wish then, please take care of Her Majesty, Captain. Rita and Teresa can have all the overly sophisticated ceremony and speeches, while we join the crowd and have some fun.
今天看花船的人也真多，乌泱泱的。还好今天飘的都是高桅艇，我至少能看到高高翘起的船尾上挂的兰花花灯。反正看过船尾，那边算是看过花船了。
Good thing they're all hightail boats today. I can at least see the orchid lanterns hanging at the stern. When I sit on my shoulders.
花船本来就是给你这种没见过的人看的，我可是来过很多次了。啊，那是凤嫁妆的铺子吗？我想吃红豆糯团了，还有糖葫芦。正是因为我来过很多次，所以才知道哪个好吃，哪个不好吃。还有，在这七夕街市上，必须得尝尝笑叶儿。 那油面糖蜜可是裹得真甜，虽然有些粘牙。
Smiley from the Wangshu Inn.
奶糖圆子、橙沙团子各3个，桂花糕1块，多撒白糖。别忘了去转角小毛孩那里烧烧乳饼2副，只有他家的最好吃。刺客先生。 我要那个，给我买。那边有捏糖人的，快走快走，再不快点就卖光了。
Is it the festive atmosphere?
这样你就满意了吧？之前你一脸闷闷不乐的样子，吾辈实在忍不住，就一时兴起逗逗你。 看你这么开心，该不会是当真了吧
？Come on, the happier one of us is definitely.
是谁
Sugar figures already.
我说像就像，走吧，我们去那边看看。
Whole world had gone festive. Lanterns at reasonable prices. That's not what I meant. Up to the challenge. Make a lantern that can fly like a bird. This is.
诸君，请随我出战。偶尔徒步行进，倒也不错。 跟我来。这点小伤不算什么，好过去。不试试我新研究的阵法吗？ 在那边吗
Just out of an old promise.
背后就交给你了。呀，哼，哼呀，你中计了。北斗捉邪，除凶去殃。跟我来。哈哈呀，哈呀呀，哈呀，哈呀。 偶尔徒步行进，倒也不错。
It's this way? I thought it was the other way. Smiley Lian Xiao, yeah.
在那边吗？背后就交给你了。呀，好，地在云垂，天赋风扬。哈哈呀，哈。
These are all filler enemies.
倒也不错。
Place is beautiful, but the stage music is super
战局千变，皆
tense.
在吾辈预料之中。
Stage music is so tense. Alright. It's been a while. It will fly. Physics. But it's written all over your face. You leave someday, but it's much sooner than I expected. I have Lantern Fair every year, but this time is different. Can you see the tower over there? Do you think our prayers will reach the stars thousands of miles above us? It's done. You have a wish. Sounds familiar. Take your time while I return to the Star Pavilion for a brush pen. I'll go with you. What took Kumi so long? Ah! Explosion! Kuming, Rita, Teresa. Are you sure, Majesty? No, you shall not pass. Let me go. Kuming! Save you. No one can make it out. Lots of explosives. Run! Turn back time. If I could turn back time. Alright, let's do this. This is them wanting us to play SA as Bright Knight
这
support.
场战斗我必须胜利。有问题。你还差了点。真戏就是，到我了。全力以赴。你还差了点。跟我来。到我了，荣光与我同在。你还差了点。
Oh, I was supposed to throw before, while waiting for the second charge.
我会全力去面对每一场战斗。
Whoa! Her lair is black and white. Is that only during burst mode? Pretty cool. Huh. List. I think I just have to wait until the next charge up, right? The next charge up opens another section. I think that's what it was. Oh, daily tickets. Is it already reset? I think it is reset. It is definitely reset.